Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before we get inside and show you where we're up to with the tiling, I just wanted to talk about the door, the blue door. Everybody that I keep asking for quotes on for the framing up of the blue door and for getting some windows on the back of that blue door, everybody is just giving me a silly price, throwing out a silly price, thinking, well, it's a bit complicated. If he takes it, then great, I'll make a load of money. If not, it's not the end of the world, I can't be bothered. Now, I know I can learn how to frame up the door and also to create those windows at the back. The big problem is the machines, and the machines are very expensive. So I'm kind of stuck, you know, I pay the price for an over-the-top price on a door frame, or have to go out and spend a lot of money on machines. And that's where I'm asking for you guys for help. So if you're enjoying the renovation here and you want to see that blue door go in, I'm asking you to help us on Buy Me a Coffee. The link to our Buy Me a Coffee is in the video description below. So if you could help us on Buy Me a Coffee, I'd be able to buy those machines, and I'd be able to do the framing on the channel, obviously, and it'd open up my kind of sphere of learning a hell of a lot. I'd be able to do so much more joinery, and you could probably come along for the ride on the learning of how to use these machines with me. So you'd kind of be investing in the channel. So we've set 3 goals on Buy Me a Coffee. The first one is probably the most expensive, which is the Festool saw table. This is really, really important security-wise. It's a table that you can't cut your fingers off. So that Festool saw table is so important because it's a really secure saw table. You can't chop your fingers in it. It has a really good safety mechanism on it. On the flip side, it's very expensive, but can you put a price on losing a finger? I don't think you can. So yeah, the first goal is the Festool saw table along with a Hoover, because of course you don't want particles going into your lungs. The second goal is a router table, and then the third goal is a planing table. The router table would help me make the backside of the kind of like the glass windows on the backside of the door, and the planing table would mean that I'd be able to have rough cut wood, or any cut wood really, and make sure it's 100% square before I get started. It's a really important part of the process. If we don't make it to the third goal, well, I'll just have to buy planed wood and hope that it's square. It's not the way the professionals do it, but you know, I can understand. We aren't a big channel with a huge number of views, and we can't do more than 1 vlog a week. You just don't have the time, do you, Anna?
No, we don't have the time, and the kids and everything.
Yeah, and so these machines would be an absolutely huge investment for the channel for us. And to be honest, you can actually buy a brand new door cheaper than all of that, cheaper than getting our door framed up. And so if I can't kind of get those machines, I think I'm going to have to just leave the blue door behind, which is really not what I wanted to do. But if worst case scenario, I'll just have to leave the blue door behind and just buy a brand new door. So that being said, thank you for the people that have possibly paused and pledged on Buy Me a Coffee. Let's get inside and see where I'm up to with the tiling. Okay, so those of you who were watching the Passion Project kitchen being renovated will know this system that we're using here on the tiles. It's kind of a wedge system to make sure that your tiles are completely level. It's working well. I've had a bit of setup this morning. I've had to cut every single one of the tiles along here all the way down to there, because this wall is not 100% square, and I didn't want a tiny cut all the way along. So I had to kind of start with my tile down there and work backwards. It's all sorted now and it should fly down now. I'm double buttering these tiles, so that means we're putting tile adhesive on the back of the tile and tile adhesive on the floor. So just to be 100% sure we get a really good adhesion. So let's get going.
just where he was needed. Gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing. Faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. A significant life, just what it was needed. Clean in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody is losing.
So it's been 2.5 days. It's been quite slow going, I think, for 2.5 days, but kind of getting there in the main room, coming up with some annoying problems which shouldn't actually arise. For once, I'm complaining about Leroy Merlin. So yeah, they sold me these tiles, and when I was laying them, kept kind of hammering them in, and I'd get things right at the sides, and I'd see that in the middle, one tile was higher than another. And so I got a level, and one way or the other on this one, it's not actually flat. Don't know whether you can get that on. It's not a lot, but it's enough to throw out the whole job. So it's been a bit of a nightmare. Can you see?
Oh, yes.
So yeah, not very happy with that. But on saying that, I've got through it, and I think it's looking stunning. So I am happy. It's just taken a bit longer than I'd want.
I think I'm going to show everyone now. It's looking really good.
So you can see I've had to use, on the full tiles, I've had to use 3 on each side. This is just because of this problem in the middle. It just kind of makes the any discrepancies in the tile a little bit less. Here, I got a little bit higher than I wanted to after pouring the concrete, putting this in. I thought my tile would come a bit lower. It's not. It's come a little bit higher than I wanted. So it's kind of level with the outside edge, maybe a little bit higher than the outside edge. So what we've done, we put in a little aluminium edging to the tile just to finish it off correctly. So I've got another 3 days probably on this tiling, if I'm lucky, which will mean that next week, in next week's vlog, we should be on to doing the kitchen. So I'm really excited about that. You're going to come with me and we'll pick that kitchen up and bring it in and get it in. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, please give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you can help us out, please go across to buymeacoffee.com and help us out with those machines to help build the door frame. See you all next time.
See you soon.